From KGW, this is The Good Stuff.
The minute I get out here, it's just like, oh, mood lifts, stresses go away.
Tonight on The Good Stuff, we head out to the Santiam State Forest. 4 years after the 2020 Labor Day fires, the Shellburg Falls Recreation Area is open again. Thank you for joining us. I'm Tim Gordon. John Goodwin shows us that through the loss, the beauty is still there. So let's get out there, shall we?
For me, it's a luxury having this in the backyard. Being out in the woods is worth the effort.
Jeff Watson resides in Lyons, but you might say he lives on his bike. He's been riding in the Santiam State Forest for almost 20 years.
The minute I get out here, it's just like, oh, mood lifts, stresses go away.
It's really kind of the centerpiece of our Santiam State Forest, if you will.
Joe Offer is the Oregon Department of Forestry's recreation manager. He stands in front of Shellburg Falls. Reminders from the 2020 Labor Day fires are all around.
About half of the forest acreage itself was burned or impacted by the fires in some way.
After 4 years, ODF reopened the Shellburg Falls recreation area on May 17th.
And just seeing this area in use and seeing the people out here loving it, that's why I work in recreation and why I've kind of geared my life towards this direction.
Nonprofit groups Trail Keepers of Oregon, Cascadia Trail Crew, and Salem Area Trail Alliance were ODF's main partners in getting the area reopened. Visitors can enjoy 7 miles of hiking trails with another 5 miles for mountain biking. This picnic shelter at the day use area survived the flames.
This used to be our camping area, and since the fire came through, we've decided to make this just a day use area.
If you visited before the fires, you'll notice differences to the landscape and the trail. You used to be able to walk behind the falls, but ODF closed the old trail because of safety concerns.
It's this opportunity to see things coming back, opening back up, seeing this forest grow back.
As Jeff rides, he clears his mind. He lost his home in 2020. Seeing this area reopen helps life roll on.
Losing my place and seeing some of my favorite spots, not the same as they used to be. So just trying to find the silver lining in that. Generally what I found in this canyon that most of us want to talk about it. It's a way for us to continue to process, get stuff out, if there's wounds there.
The reminders are there and will be for a long time, but there's also regrowth and healing.
A lot of the reason why anyone lives in Oregon, there's a lot of reasons, but probably the number one reason is what we do have around us here.
In the Santiam State Forest, I'm John Goodwin. Let's get out there.
So great to see it coming back, just beautiful. And of course, we want to know your favorite outdoor spots and see your pictures too. Share them by texting us at 503-226-5088. Well, our next story takes us to Milwaukee, where a woman who's been golfing for decades is working with her physical challenges in order to play the game that she loves. As Art Edwards tells us, she's now headed for the top.
Chris Oviatt can really swing a golf club. It's a game that she's played for years, 3 to 4 days a week if she has her way. Golf is hard enough to master, but Chris has something else to deal with.
I have a Charcot-Marie tooth, is what it's called. So it's a nerve disorder. So for me, below my knees, I cannot move. I cannot physically wiggle toes, move my feet. So I have to have braces because my feet drop. And it's in my hands too, but they only are impacted in the cold.
It's known as CMT, but that hasn't stopped her from playing and competing. She's won the club championship at her home club 6 out of the last 12 years. She recently hit the tournament circuit.
Well, this year I went to the Goose Creek to qualify for the USGA, and I won the qualifier, so I'll go to Kansas in July.
That's Newton, Kansas, for the U.S. Adaptive Open Championships. She played the Open last year at Pinehurst.
Love competition. If I'm too relaxed, then I'm not playing my game. But if I'm competitive, then I'm focused.
When asked what the best thing is about golf, Chris has a simple answer.
That I can play it pretty good, even though I have some poor balance.
She's figured out a way to excel at the game she loves.
Just nice and easy. And I've learned a shorter backswing is a benefit for me.
Playing the adaptive events has been eye-opening.
It's amazing. Everybody's happy out on the golf course, conquering it. You know, it can be done. Just get out there and do it.
Chris will be doing it again at the U.S. Open Adaptive Golf Tournament, July 8th through 10th. Art Edwards, KGW Sports.
Great to see her doing so well. Well, firefighters on Sauvie Island have some brand new equipment. Yesterday, the fire district held a push-in ceremony for their brand new fire engine. Check that out. This is a beauty. Through a grant from the state's COVID Recovery Fund, they were able to replace their old engine that they've had since 1986. The new engine's obviously four-wheel drive there to handle a variety of road conditions, more reliable brake locks on it, and extra compartments for medical gear and other equipment.
I'm so happy that the community is going to have this for a long time. It's something that's going to help keep this community safe and allow this organization to continue to respond for years to come, not only to our community, but to our neighbors who always come and help us as well.
Well, they've also been able to get an airboat, you see there, for water rescues. Well, we now know who will Grand Marshal the Rose Festival's Grand Floral Parade. It's Battleground High School band director Greg McKelvey. He has the honors this year. McKelvey and his bands have marched in the parade for years. He's also retiring this summer after 28 years in the district, during which he helped land a first-place national finish for a jazz band. The Grand Floral Parade is Saturday, June 8th. And by the way, the Rose Festival Starlight Parade happens this Saturday. Well, Portland could have a new theater venue on the way. Keller Auditorium needs to be renovated or replaced, and City Council started hearing public testimony this week on 3 different proposals. So option 1 is a major renovation that keeps the Keller where it is on Southwest 2nd and Clay. Option 2 involves a tear down at the Lloyd Center and replacing it with a theater along with new homes, offices, restaurants, and retail space. That's a big project. And option 3, a new theater on the Portland State campus. It includes an educational building and a hotel. PSU President Ann Cudd said she hopes that plan is the one that can help the university become the center of the arts community.
Our proposal is a love letter to our performing arts community and holds enormous economic potential for downtown Portland. I invite you to join in this vision.
Well, Council will revisit the proposals in August before making a final decision. Well, all month long here at KGW, we've been highlighting several Portlanders who've left their mark on the city. As part of Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, we're bringing you the story of Michael Kondo. Kondo served as the head gardener at Portland's Japanese Garden for 40 years. Daisy Caballero has more.
There are 3 key ingredients of any Japanese garden. That's plants, stones, and water.
For over 60 years, the Portland Japanese Garden has welcomed millions of visitors from across the globe, eager to take in the beloved oasis.
It's peaceful here, it's beautiful. You just kind of feel any tension go down.
But it didn't build itself. Back in 1977, 24-year-old Michael Kondo took on the role of head gardener after graduating from Oregon State with a degree in landscaping architecture. He kept his title for 40 years. In an interview with Portland Japanese Garden, Kondo shared he learned so much from his fellow colleagues, but he helped pave the way to what the garden is today, quite literally. Kondo planted much of the breathtaking greenery and laid down all the stones you see today around the pavilion. In the interview, he said in part, "It's not so much about what the garden has meant to me over the years, but what it has given to this country." He noted some visitors from Japan said the Portland garden was even better than some gardens they'd see in Japan. Kondo has now been retired for nearly 7 years and says the garden is something he'll forever be thankful for, but he says it's in good hands with the younger generation. Kondo was quoted saying, "I think what excites me is just seeing the young people that are getting involved, just seeing the passion they've got. I didn't have that when I started." Daisy Caballero, KGW News.
Up next, the tiny Oregon school with a student body that's all related. How the unique classroom works perfectly for the families in one part of Oregon. But first, let's take a trip up to the mountain with a live look from our Timberline Skycam pointed at beautiful Mount Jefferson, Oregon's second tallest peak. We'll be right back. Well, those of you who live in rural areas know life is different than in the big cities. This story gives us a glimpse of an educational lifestyle that is precious to those who live it, even as it may be coming to an end. Thomas Schultz has our story.
In the most unusual of places, it's possible to be surprised by the ordinary. Like kids on their way to school.
Let's head in, guys.
3 students,
All right.
to be exact.
Any questions? Okay. We started the year with 6 and then a family moved away, so now I have 3.
Just 3 in the whole school. And with 6 days left, the school year's far from over.
Yeah, we're gonna combine this. These are the 3 things. You've got a really good start, Kelton. Cheese.
For a trio that's forever linked.
Carly, how's yours going?
You could say
Good.
they rule the school.
You just get used to some of the things, everybody being related.
Tyler Johnson
Yeah.
is the superintendent of the Jordan Valley School District, serving a small ranching community in eastern Oregon, just minutes away from the Idaho border.
So we're going to label.
Charlie and Carly are sisters.
What do we have to do here?
Kelton's their cousin.
Yep.
And they've all gone to Rockville Elementary School since kindergarten, continuing a decades-old lineage. At the only elementary school within a 40-minute drive.
It's an incredible place to be. It doesn't get any better.
So not only are you teaching in a building that's been in existence for a long time, but their families have attended school here.
These 3 are the 3rd generation of Mackenzies to attend Rockville.
All right, kiddos.
And when there's a break in the day, they're quick to be outside.
There you go.
Even recess means getting creative. Because the Mackenzies are meant to be outside.
Recess is over. Your summer plans are to rodeo.
For generations, their family has ranched.
I like horses a lot.
And they're next in line. Already, they feed and water
Dogs, pigs, and goats, and horses.
for hours after school. And for the cattle,
And then when they have calves, brand them.
They don't quit. They work. There's no going home and watching TV.
We're trying to use our bigger vocabulary.
there's no quitting in the classroom either,
So what are we looking for here?
where Miss Green teaches Kelton
That's good.
English
Yep, you got it. Good job. And if you're writing in first person, we need
and
to change
Carly
this to mine.
the art of writing.
Good job. Okay.
While
Okay, looks good.
Miss Greeley tutors Charlie,
How are we going to do it?
a first grader.
And this was my first year doing spelling too.
And Miss Greeley's been mixing
Work and fun.
for a little while now.
I've been teaching here for 18 years and 9 months.
Though this spring, it's hard not to think about the upcoming fall.
It's the end of the school year. I love it. I love my job. I'm pretty sad that I'm going to retire, but
Miss Greeley's leaving a school that's as close to home
so I had to teach my own kids.
as it gets.
It was fun. It was, yeah.
And while Rockville welcomes Charlie's younger sister next year,
All right.
they'll have just one more trip around the sun with the oldest, Carly,
Yeah.
before saying goodbye.
That one's going to be hard.
Yeah.
She'll head off to the high school,
It'll be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah, we can.
which teaches grades 7 through 12,
They all met standards. I'm so proud of them.
in one
Awesome.
by one.
I'm very proud of these kids.
You should be.
They worked so hard.
Yeah.
Okay, you can clean your things up.
With the
What would
final
you like to work
student
on first?
starting next year.
Go ahead and turn it all in. School will shut down at some point if we don't get more families, which in Rockville is pretty rare. So yeah, she'll be my last kindergartner. That's sad to think about because I love
The school will close in 8 years. And after spending a decade or 2
Good job, because you're
teaching
taking
kids to read and to write
Okay, you're getting close.
for the first time,
There you go. Perfect.
these teachers
I've known a lot of them from birth.
will have to watch from afar
Put your binder away.
as their kids go on through life, which may be simple
Thanks, Kelton.
but extraordinary.
Yeah. A new chapter is going to be ahead. A new book to be written. All right.
Thomas Schultz,
Yeah.
KGW
Okay.
News.
This is home, and we love it.
What a really great, interesting story from Thomas Schultz and photojournalist Kurt Austin. Thank you for that. Well, after the break, we head up to Seattle for a special community event that brings together hundreds of people of all abilities. Welcome back to The Good Stuff. Our next story follows a unique tradition for some Washington students. An inclusive basketball game brought out hundreds of students, parents, and community members. It was a special moment on the hardwood, and Cornelius Hawker with our sister station in Seattle, he was there.
At Skyline High School, students packed the stands, and the band kept it rocking for a basketball game everyone anticipates. Skyline taking on Eastlake. And on this night,
number 23, Kayla.
The seniors are being recognized. That's Kayla Chow. This is a proud moment for her and her family.
She's been doing this for 3 years, and she's getting better.
Elisa and Kevin are Kayla's parents.
Absolutely. I think this is all about inclusion and acceptance.
For around a decade, Skyline and Eastlake have held basketball games for students with special needs.
This school, and I think many other schools these days, are doing such a great job kind of bringing these kids into the forefront and making the whole student body kind of aware of the special needs community.
Having the special needs kids is a little bit harder. So this community, this support, this inclusiveness just really, really help us.
On the court, kids like Kayla get to experience their peers cheering them on. The spotlight on them, loving all the attention.
Sports, I've always felt, are just a great avenue to just bring people together.
Matthew Taylor is the man behind this inclusive game, and he says they're teaching more than how to dribble and shoot a ball.
Students, they just are just like everybody else, and they just have different challenges. And the biggest thing is just, I think it teaches our students too, just about not only inclusion, but just that everybody has just different identity.
These students in the school will take this out into the world when they graduate, and I think it'll make the world a better place.
Yes, it will. Well, a new temporary art piece has been unveiled in downtown Portland. The message the sculpture hopes to send to the community. That's when we return. Finally this evening, a new art piece has popped up in downtown Portland. Check it out. Yesterday, the Portland Winter Light Festival unveiled this beautiful sculpture at Pride Plaza on Southwest 12th. The Nautilus Deep Sea is a piece by Heather Dawn Sparks, and there's a really good look at it right there. It showcases shadows and light, and it's meant to bring awareness to the deep sea ecosystem. And every night, it lights up.
We really believe in, temporary art as a transformative action. So it kind of changes the familiar into something new and gives people another reason to come out and explore and experience something positive down here.
And the Nautilus will be on display at Pride Plaza through the end of July. So go down and check that out. Well, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for making a little time this evening for the good stuff. And as we say goodbye, we're going to leave you with this beautiful shot from That's Cannon Beach out at the coast, looking nice and sunny as the sun's heading down towards the horizon. I think we're also going to take you to the Rose City Sky Cam. Is that true? Nope, we're sticking with the coast. That's all right. It's a good way to end it. Hope you have a great evening, everybody, and the weekend's coming.